Closed captioning is brought to you by Insect Defend Patch. Deep free protection from biting insects.
Well, the grounds crew has been doing a great job using the Echo Power Blower, getting the stage cleaned off for the standing block chop. And total, will be showing you the top 4 heats of the standing block in the Brechin Lumberjack competition. First heat's going to be Paul Woodland taking on Tim Keach. We got a little bit of New Brunswick taking on a little bit of New York.
All kinds of New Brunswick here in Paul Woodland. He's been at Lumberjack sports in our province for about 25 years. Tim Keach obviously got back. I actually competed against him back in our college days. You can see his axe all chalked up well for his sliding hand in this event.
Well, throughout the course of the competition, in the sawing and all the chopping events, we've been talking about firm wood. Once again, we got the same inventory of wood here. It's firm. Guys are taking 2 ups, 2 downs just to draw their first chip.
You see Paul's wood, though, moving quite well with his axe. His axe is free in the wood. He's driving a fair bit of wood here. He drove almost 1.5 inches of wood there on his driving stroke before he turns around for his second side.
Both guys on their backsides in under 20 seconds. It's going to be a race to the finish right now. Paul Woodland has got a couple more chips up, and he's going to try and break things off. Tim Keach hanging there right with him.
Both guys doing everything technically correct here, and Paul's getting into the small wood ready to drive it.
Paul Wood's driving things off. Paul Woodland wins the first heat with a 35.89. Tim Keach right behind him. You got to be pretty happy with that. Your backside, pretty clean lines, and you did everything you wanted to do. Is that correct?
Yeah, it went pretty well there. I've been training really hard on the stand block all spring, and cut went well.
How do you find the wood? A little bit firm?
A bit firm and pretty good, really, like chipped out nice.
Paul Finnegar from Scottsville, New York, and I am an auto mechanic.
I'm Mike Coors. I'm from Warren, Pennsylvania, and I'm a logger.
35.89 is the time to beat, set by Paul Woodland from Benton, New Brunswick last heat. Got up all heavy hitters coming up right now. 4 more after them. We got Mike Coors taking on Paul Finnegar in this heat.
Firm wood like this poplar, you're going to be focusing a whole lot more on the strength that you're using. They're going to be making sure their hits are right where they want them and drive them as deep as they can.
Both guys around to their backsides, in my opinion. I think Finnegar may have turned a little bit early. He's trying to draw his first chip. He's got a bit of a slab going on there. Mike Coors, nice tight lines with a bit of a tight pocket there as well.
Keeping his pace quite well. Paul Finnegar's getting into driving his wood off. Actually, both men are driving the wood right now. It's going to be Mike Coors just ahead of Paul Finnegar.
Mike Coors lowers the time to 28.91. You heard the announcer say it and everybody saw it. You start with a 1-1. Finnegar starts with 2-2. Just tell me the difference.
1-1 clears that chip out on smaller wood, like 11-inch. It's more efficient if the wood's good to do that. You kind of waste that hit because you can't span your axe on a small piece of wood and open up 2-2. Some guys still do it. I've been trying to play with that more, 1-1, and as long as you pull a chip after those first 2 hits, you're good. If you don't, sometimes it's not the best.
Well, there he is, the man from Pennsylvania, lowering the time to beat down to a 28.91. We got Gaston DePerry. We call him the KG veteran, taking on the young gun, as you call him, Marcel Dupuis from your home province of New Brunswick.
Yeah, we're going to start calling him Mighty Mouse. Actually, both these guys, Marcel reminds me a lot of Gaston in his younger days. He's small, compact, but strong as an ox.
Both these guys, you can expect good paces. They may not be so neat and accurate with their lines. Like, look at Gaston, it's a sloppy mess. Marcel is really fast getting over the backside. Both guys in their backside.
You're right, they're not pretty chops at all, but they're effective. Driving their axes really deep every stroke. The wood's chipping well. Both of them are small wood now. They're going to be driving.
Both of them pick up the pace. Marcel, Gaston, photo finish. We're not sure who won it. We'll have to go to the watches. Hey, that was a really good race. But what happened to your axe? What happened to your axe there?
I lost the corner. I don't know why. Maybe too many speed.
Too much speed?
Too much speed.
Now, Marcel, when your block pops up like that, do you do everything right for it to pop up? Isn't it supposed to fall over?
I was hitting it too low, I believe, so it popped it up. So not the proper angle to hit.
Well, the judges are still looking at it. We're not sure who won, but good job.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
My name is Chris Henning. I'm from Walworth, New York, and I'm a general contractor.
Cecil Starr, Lake Dalrymple, Ontario, and I'm a utility forester.
Well, looks like Marcel just edged out Gaston that one. He now lowered the time to beat 25.41. This is the last heat of the standing block chop. 2 heavy hitters. Cecil Starr taking on Chris Henning, and Cecil is out with a vengeance. He wants to win this one.
He knows the time he has to drop. He knows he has a power, so he's going to try to beat the other guys by using sheer speed.
He likes his block of wood. He thinks it's a pumpkin. Cecil is on his backside. Chris is trying to track him down.
Cecil's in the small wood. He's driving now, and he is off at 1963.
Hometown favorite Cecil Starr wins a standing block, beats the field by 6 seconds. Cecil, you did a 10-hit front. Was that part of the plan?
Well, I wasn't really sure what I was going to plan. I missed a hit real bad there in the front, and I got pinched in the wood, and I said, well, might as well just go for 10 and go around.
And did you count the? I lost track in the back, but it looked like a pretty good cut. Were you happy with that?
I'm way happier with the back of that log than the front, that's for sure. And it come off before I was ready to drive before I expected it, and that's always a good thing.
Well, Rod, you always mention Cecil's one of the best choppers in Canada. He showed it here, beating the field by 6 seconds. Notably absent from this board, Paul Feniger missing the cut.